In today's video, we are going to look at the Papyrus of Ani, written in 3200A or -1 to 45. And we're going to use our letter blocks to calculate the word Dike, or show how it was derived from these 42 nome gods, which are shown here. So if you go to Wikipedia, type in Papyrus of Ani, you can come to the scrollable version here, which is shown here expanded. And the gist of this is, if you pass, or your heart passes the test of the 42 questions shown by these 42 nome gods, you'll escape from the lake of fire. But if you fail, if your soul's too heavy, you'll be put into the lake of fire. And this is a pretty long scroll, but in the beginning we see Ani being led with his wife to have his soul weighed. So the 42 gnomes in question are going to be found in the weight of the heart here, and this is called the feather of truth, or which is the source of letter A. So just to go through a few examples, this is the Raymond Faulkner translation from A17. And it's pretty crude, but if we look at some of these writings, we have, I have not robbed, which is nome god number 2. So this means have not, and somewhere in here this means robbed. This one here, we see a person with the hand on their mouth, which is the 9th one. And Faulkner translates this as, I have not stolen food. O breaker of bones, who came forth from 𝀭𝀭𝀭𝀭𝀭, I have not stolen food. And then some of these translations, it's difficult to say how he renders these, but we see, I have not slain the sacred cattle. So you see cattle here, 42nd nome god law, or nome law. And he renders this as, he who brightens the land, who came forth from 𝀭𝀭𝀭𝀭, I have not slain the sacred cattle. So the neater symbol here is the symbol for God, and there we see cattle. So this went from 3200A, or -1 to 45, to if we look up the word justice in Wiktionary, we come to that it's the doublet of 𝀭𝀭𝀭𝀭, which is the Roman counterpart of Dike. So if we click on Dike, we are led to, from ancient Greek, Dike, justice or custom. And if we click on this, we're ended with a bunch of invented fake etymologies. That this comes from Proto-Hellenica or Proto-Indo-European, this babble, which is all incorrect. So if we actually start with D, we have 4. Now we're going to go to I, which is the 10th letter. Shown here. Now we're going to go to K, the 3rd letter. Which is value 20. And lastly, we're going to go to Eta, which is the 8th letter. Now, we add these up. 4 plus 10 is 14, plus 20 is 34, plus 8 is 42. So now we have calculated that the word Dike is based on the number 42, which means justice. And we can find an example usage of this if we go to Hesiod's Work and Days, one of the earliest writings after Homer, where we see in section 215 he says, Dike beats outrage when she comes at length to the end of the race. So this word Dike is a cipher for these 42 nome gods and their 42 laws, which form the basis of the Egyptian civil society. And that concludes the origin of Dike from the number 42.